Like, let's talk about.
No. We ain't talking about no other game. We talking about.
No, let's talk about James Harden.
No,
Like,
wait, relax. My light skin brother.
well, we've been on the Bulls for like a minute now.
You wanted to talk about him. I was gonna go
Yeah,
straight.
I wanted to talk about him, but not all
All right.
night.
So look. Before I was rudely interrupted. No,
All right.
we're gonna talk about Walt's favorite series, man. Philly versus Toronto. Now Philly's up currently 3-1. Toronto survived yesterday. They survived by a little, but they survived.
Mm.
And James Harden has not been playing up to his expectations. Although they're winning, it's not making news because they're winning. But this next round, James Harden got to do something. He can't be scoring 16 points in the game and just thinking we good.
No,
Because the next round is you play Miami the next round. That's what it's looking like.
Yeah.
And Joel Embiid, Miami probably the kind of team that's gonna let him get his, but Maxi ain't gonna be going for no damn 38. Tobias, they're gonna try to lock him down as best as they can. So he's gonna have to step up this next round. But what do you guys take on James Harden's I mean, you can call it a slump, but you can't because they're winning. But his poor performance so far.
Well, I mean, honestly, it's just James Harden being James Harden still. Just going back to Houston days, OKC days. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is with Harden when it comes to the playoffs. Why he performs well in a regular season, but can't perform in the postseason. But honestly, it's still, even if like you say, they're going to win this next game, but the next round is going to be tough because I just found out today that Embiid got a ligament tear in his finger.
Yeah, in his hand. Yeah.
So that's going to be tough in itself. And I'm not sure if it's in his shooting hand or not, but either way, that's gonna be tough because especially going against the Heat, man. Because that team is loaded, man. They loaded with shooters, defense, offense, whatever you need, man. They got it. So and like you said,
they got a lot of depth. They got a lot of depth.
Yeah. So I mean, even if Embiid, gets his, like you said, it's gonna be kind of tough for Maxey to still get his. Tobias, the rest of the Harden still. Who knows if he's still going to have the same struggles, but more than likely he probably is. But it's just like I said, Harden being Harden at this point. Like I said, I don't know why Harden struggles in the postseason, but he does. So
yeah, go ahead, John.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be shocked, but I'd be surprised if they win the next series. Matter of fact, if they don't win this next game, they're actually in a lot of trouble because they need to win this game because they need that rest, right? You can't come in against the Heat playing 6-7 games if they lose this one, right? You can't, and then also not only they need the rest. I'm talking about like physically, but I'm talking about on his finger or whatever it might be, or like you need the rest on that. You don't want to be coming in having played a 7-game series when Miami's fresh, because we talk about DeRozan getting tired. There's some guys like Jimmy Butler, they just don't stink and get tired. I mean, I know we saw him get tired in the finals, in like game 6.
Or he was wore down for sure.
Yeah, game 5 or game 6, right? But this first round, Jimmy's not done yet. He's fresh, so you can't be coming in tired against the Heat. And so this is if you have this kind of talent, and I understand, right? Like a lot of guys, Giannis, we saw him put in like 18 the other night against the Bulls and still roll them by 30 or whatever. And then we saw LeBron do this all the time. He rolls through first round series without really putting up his crazy numbers. But like, there's a difference between resting through the first round because you're going to win and just being off. And James Harden has been off. I mean, at some point, if you're that good and that talented, some of your shots should just fall, and they're just not falling. I know that he's not getting all his calls, and by the way, that's another thing with the Nets too. They're not always getting the calls that that they normally would get in the regular season, and it's showing. But like, you can't become reliant on your calls. I don't care who you are, and maybe he has. Maybe him and Embiid have become. Well, I know Embiid's still putting in their work, but maybe he's become reliant on his getting the calls. And if that's the case, then yeah, I'm expecting more of the same from him in the next round, and I feel like the Heat are going to be just fine. I'm sure they have the talent to win a couple games, but I think the Heat should take it in 6 at least. And by the way, I want to say one thing. Walt was saying that this was his best series, and he was saying that he was before the show he was hoping it was a sweep. Hey man, that win was like the best thing to prove your theory. If this was a sweep, this would have been the worst series of all time.
No, he still would have said
the only reason I'm saying it's the best series is because Joel Embiid is out for revenge, man. That's all.
No, even if they would have swept, John, he definitely would have said this top 2 series he's ever won.
But yeah, I think Philly's in trouble though. Definitely. I think they're not careful. They could lose this next one.